Welcome to R505. In this module, we're going to be talking about images in the classroom. You're going to want to make sure that you have joined our R505 group in Blend Space. You should have done that in our second module. And this is the join code in case you have not. Anytime I ask you all questions in those Blend Space lessons, if you're in our class, I can get a list of all the answers to your questions. All right, and here is the link to the lesson, and down here this is just a real quick overview of what we'll be doing in the lesson. So you would click on the Blend Space lesson, and to get started just click on it here. And the standards we're going to be covering are making sure that we are summarizing and using copyright laws when choosing our images, integrating video and images, and this lesson will be images, and problem solving and higher order thinking skills. So all the images we're going to be creating, you really want to have that in mind when you're creating these. The goal is to learn how to edit, save, and share images for classroom purposes. Anytime you guys have questions or comments, you can always add them here on the right. And in this section, you're going to explore different image editing resources. So I'm going to click Open a New tab. This is the Symbaloo for this unit. Over here on the left, you will find all of the different image editing resources. We have PicMonkey. Right here, I have added a link to IUware so that you could download Photoshop if you would like and use that editing software. I have IU Anywhere, so you don't actually have to download any of the software. You can just use software since you're a student in IUS. PhotoFlexer lets you layer different images. We have PhotoCat. Zimba has a lot of different photo effects, so it's not as much an image editor as it is effects, and BeFunky is the same thing, it's got effects. LunaPic is a bunch of different effects. Temper just has some fun effects. Bazap is a photo editor, it's pretty simple to use, and Sketch. Down here in the bottom, I just added some fun ways where you could put your images together. This is a neat poster maker. Here is a fake movie poster maker. This is an infographic maker and another online poster creator. Over here on the right, I have included some sample projects from previous students just to get an idea of how they incorporated images with their course content. So this is what cause and effect. Look back into history. Who am I? And then she put her whole class in a picture and posed some different questions for them. So this was really excellent. Here we go. Up here on the right, these are some different options for compiling all of your images into one place. And so just click through these, explore, and find the tool that works for you. You may love one and one of your other teachers in your building may hate it. Click on them all, kind of see what you think. Over here on the right, there's a question. It says, if you're aware of another image editing or presentation resource that has been left out, go ahead and add it as a comment. That way your classmates get some more ideas. Go to the next step. On here, I've just talked about how I can teach you step by step how to use one of these tools, but it may not always be around. So what I really want to teach you all how to do is how to find tools. And once you find a tool that you really like, how can you get out there and find information on how to use it? So we're going to try to gain skills on finding tutorials. So that way, in a couple of years, if one of these tools that you really loved is gone, you now have the skills to go out and find another tool similar to that and to find tutorials to help you out with that tool. So the task is, after exploring all your image resources, I want you to choose one image editing resource and one compilation resource, and you're going to feature it on our class Padlet. And it says click here for more details. So when you click there, it's going to open our Padlet up. Go ahead and move it so you can see it better. All right, and over here on the left, I said share one image editing tool that you liked and let me know an aspect about that tool that you liked. So I chose Bazap. And you also have to have a video tutorial added to it. So here's the tool I chose. Here's the tutorial that I found and a few of the aspects that I liked. And just to give my classmates a better idea of what the tool looks like, in case they don't have time to click on that tool, I've put a screenshot in there. So what I really liked was that you could real easily remove a background and you could layer pictures. So there I am twice because I was able to layer pictures. Over here is compilation. So I chose VoiceThread. What I like about it is it's really simple. There's just 3 steps. Add your images, add your comments, and share. So here is the link to VoiceThread, and here's the link to the tutorial I found, and just here's a picture to show people what it looks like. There's a comment button, so if your classmates want to go and add comments or questions about the images that you're featuring, they can, and then you just hit this arrow to go to the next image. It's very simple. Back to the blend space lesson. Over here on the right, add any additional comments or questions you may have over this step. Next one, I want you to read through or skim through these image ideas. We're going to be creating 5 images on our own using some of those tools that we just explored. So to kind of get your creative juices flowing, I've put some ideas and some samples out here. They're for all different grade levels and all different subjects. Here's a list of ideas, and if you click down, you'll see some samples. Making sentences out of pictures, so you use the pictures and get the kids to come up with a sentence. I have included video demos. And to get the video demo to work, you just click on it and then you click again. Banners for your websites or blogs, logos for your websites, blogs, or assignments. Images for writing prompts. This would be a great one for this project since yours needs to have something to do with problem solving and higher order thinking skills. So this one, she said, tell a story about this picture, write a paragraph telling what happened before this picture was taken and what might be happening now, and what do you think might happen next. This picture is a picture from history. It says explain how this picture may or may not be an example of civil disobedience. So this was for a law class. So their explanation would let me know what they did or did not know about civil disobedience and what they were reflecting from that picture. Here's another picture. It says, what do you see, and explain what is happening in this cartoon. For a science class, you can label pictures. You could either have students label pictures, or you could add your own labels to the pictures and have the students later identify what they are. Here's another sample. Here's a label of map with weather patterns. Here's one for science of dissection of a frog. You could do brain teasers at the start of the class, blur out either all or part of a picture, and have the students try to determine what it is. And there's a video demo if you're interested in that. Here's another logo sample. You can add copyright symbols. In this lesson, you do need to either A, take all of your own pictures, or B, get pictures that you are free to use. If you did take your own picture, you can't add the copyright symbol to it. You can add visual content for poems and essays. In this picture, she made everything black and white except for the focal point she kept in color, and then she posed a math question. This picture was created using different shapes, and she asked them to identify the element, the group, and the period. Another great idea is to have the students make comparisons. So you could set up a picture, 2 different pictures, edit them where they're side by side, and have them compare before and after pictures. Another label. And these wouldn't be for higher order thinking skills. This would just be an idea for you in your classroom in general. You can create name cards. You can put together collages, maybe of a school trip. If you're looking for additional student samples, you can click on each of these and then click the link again, and you can see more pictures pop up. And then on the right, it asks you, after looking through all these samples, what ideas have you generated? How do you think you could incorporate any of these ideas into your class? And you're going to end up having to create 5 images. So just share some possible ideas you have over here. Someone else's idea might help you think of something that you would like to do. And here are the instructions for the project itself. Like I said, you're going to be creating 5 images. The images must be something that has the student demonstrate higher order thinking skills or problem solving in some way. They must abide by copyright laws, so you must take the picture yourself or use a picture that's been licensed for use. Once you have edited and created all of your pictures, you're going to compile them into one place using one of the tools that are listed here. And once you've compiled them there, you also need to make sure that you add explanations. You need to explain how your image is going to be used in your classroom and how it demonstrates problem solving or higher order thinking skills. And you also need to identify where you got the image from. And the last thing you need to do is share the link to your image compilation over here on the right and submit your images in Edmodo. So you go up here to Edmodo, make sure you click on Module 3 on the side, and then you would hit Turn In. And then the last is just a question or a survey for you all. So answer that. If you have any further questions, you can email me at kelkesi@ius.edu or send a text through our class Sally.